But we start with heartbreak for Arsenal, who have lost the Champions League final after a penalty shootout. The game ended 1-1, and that's the first time in 8 years that both teams have scored in the final. Extra time couldn't separate the sides, so it went to penalties. Eberechi Eze and Gabriel both missed for Arsenal, so PSG retain the title, the first team to do so since Real Madrid back in 2018.
That's it. When you are so close in the competition and you are a few penalty kickouts away from winning the biggest football club competition, that's the way we should feel. So we haven't lost a single match in the competition, but the reality is that when something had to go our way, especially in the boxes with the penalty that it was given to Mosquera and the no penalty to Marueke and the penalty kicks, those margins didn't go for us. We will start the process to review what we've done, to start to make some very important decisions if we want to reach another level. And we're going to have to show that ambition because we are more than capable of doing it, but it's going to demand to be very, very ambitious, very fast, and very smart.
It's pretty flat at the moment. Everyone is really disappointed. When you're that close to win this one as well, which would have been incredible, it's tough to take. So yeah, everyone is really disappointed, and it's tough to take, as I said. But at the same time, we know what we've done this season. We've achieved something incredible, and we were so close to doing it even better today. Yeah, at the moment disappointed, but still we got to see the bigger picture and remember all the good stuff as well.
Martin, you talk about that being tough to take. In terms of that as a low point in your career, how low is that feeling right now?
Nah, I think at the moment it's tough to take because you wanted to win it so much. We all wanted to win it. Obviously coming from winning the Premier League, which was amazing, and we had another great opportunity here today, and I felt like we were really close. I thought, of course, getting the first goal and then also the game after, I felt like we controlled everything really well. They had the ball a lot, but they didn't create a lot of chances. So, and then in the end, penalties. Yeah, it's a tough way to lose. So yeah, that's tough to take. But also we've done something incredible, like I said. So yeah, we got to try to see the bigger picture.
That doesn't define us. This season, from start to finish, we started in July in Singapore. We're now coming up to July again, and the season's just done, our 63rd game in all competitions. So look, we're proud of each other. We're proud of how far we've come. To get the Premier League over the line was a dream come true. And to do this tonight would have been extra special. It wasn't meant to be, that's football. We're gutted. But look, we move on. There's been so many top players who've taken so many years to win their first Champions League. And this is the way it is, you know. Tonight we've lost. We're going to take that moving forward and try and use these emotions and feelings to go on to try and win this competition in the future, because that's the feeling that we felt on the pitch, you know, seeing that trophy, seeing them lift it. We want that success, so we'll be back for sure.
As we mentioned, PSG are the first team to retain the Champions League trophy since 2018, and Arteta paid tribute to them and Luis Enrique, describing them as the best team in the world.
I want to congratulate PSG, Luis in particular, because they are, in my opinion, the best team in the world. What they are able to do with the ball, with individual actions, I haven't seen it, and it's not the plan to play in certain areas when you don't have the ball, but they force you to do that. So even more credit to the players.
So after an epic season, Arsenal couldn't add the Champions League to their domestic title, but they went oh so close, and the fans were right behind them.
It makes a huge difference, but tell us about those finances and what they've done this season that's been so different.
Well, they're on track to break Premier League records for revenue. It could go up to about £770 million, which has never been done. They're going to cross the £300 million mark for television money, which has never been done. So this is fantastic. The revenues are going through the roof at Arsenal. It's a period of milk and honey, if you like. That wasn't always the case. They were a team who was struggling post Emirates Stadium move. They posted profit. years of making profits. In the last 7 years, and it will probably be 8 now, they're going to post a loss. But that's because the Cronkies, KSE, the ownership, have backed Mikel Arteta in the market. They've invested very heavily. They've even put their own money in, which everybody was asking for. They wanted success now, and it's come. It's been vindicated. They comply with all the rules. They look like they'll continue to do so. I do think they might have to sell some players in the near future. They don't have to break even or anything like that in 2026, but I think to keep things balanced, to keep compliant, is probably quite wise, and they might not have this success again, so it's probably necessary.
Nasser Khalifa is just alongside us as well.
Good to see you again. Well done.
Great to see you. Congratulations. Is he staying with us or is he going to go? Oh, no, just wants to give Steven Gerrard a cuddle. Quick, come, everyone stay with us, and you just take a mic. First of all, congratulations. What an incredible... What are your thoughts on that? Are you going to back him?
Yeah, I mean, today it's amazing history day. It's, I mean, you know, our favorite days in my life now today, 30th of May and 31st of May. Last year, back-to-back, something not easy. Here, the legend, he knows how difficult Champions League, and I'm so honored to, so proud of the team, of the coach, of the staff, of our fans. Everybody doubted again this year that, you know, we didn't start well, but thanks God that, you know, we made it and we believed in the players and we believe in our staff.
Tell us a bit about your manager. He's just been on a list of names with Bob Paisley, with Carlo Ancelotti. How special is Luis Enrique?
Honestly, you know, I want to thank all the managers, ex-managers who train Paris Saint-Germain, but he's very, very special. As a coach, as a human being, as a person, he's fantastic. Honestly, he's the best coach in the world, and he done amazing job with the team, who's, you know, with the young team. You know the story, but also I would like to thank all the players, honestly, who played for Paris Saint-Germain, who wear the jersey of Paris Saint-Germain. This is also for them. We never, everybody give to this project. So we, thanks to them, everybody.
Yeah. Nasser, you waited so long for one Champions League, and now you've had 2 back-to-back. Can you believe it?
Amazing. You know, I told my guys after first half, we're going to win. I promise you. I felt it before the match. I know that the team, I saw it in their eyes. I know it was tough, but this win is not for Paris Saint-Germain, for the great football. For the football, people want to watch. That's the football. And bad luck to Arsenal. Great team, you know, fantastic team, and all the best. Big respect for them.
Nasser, your coach said that he wants more players in the market in the summer. He wants to get even better.
I think, you know, we're going to celebrate tonight.
Coach wants
Every coach. But you know what? I tell you, I promise you, sometimes we discuss about the players. He said, no, we are okay. So he asked for players, that's when he need them. So we're going to, of course, we're going to go to the market.
And will he be staying and renewing his contract?
I mean, listen, he's the best coach. He's so happy. You can ask him the question, but I'm really confident this project, it's about the collective, everybody, and he's the best one for this project. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys.
Nasser, well done. Congratulations. Really great to speak to you. We'll take that. Take care, Nasser. There we go. Look, we've spoken about PSG needing to go again, and Luis Enrique was the first person to say that. Arsenal now need to go again, guys. And when you look at that team, where are the most important areas?
Goodness, you know, they may look again at the striker. You know, Havertz, I think that was, he played 90 minutes. That's the second game he's finished in 18 months. Gyökeres was a difficult night for him, so that might be an area, maybe the left wing as well.
I think it has to be, Martin, because to compete was, I think Declan Rice said it was the 63rd game tonight for Arsenal. Yeah. You need more than one top striker. You might even need more than 2 to go the distance.
Without doubt. So it'll strengthen. I mean, it's fair play. I mean, it's interesting. We just saw a stream of interviews there. We saw Declan Rice, I thought, speaking incredibly well. Amazing. Even standing up again. You know, understand how he's feeling. He's devastated. He comes up. He represents the club beautifully. And so does the manager. You know, we have good people now at the helm. There's nothing to reproach themselves on. It's a lottery when it comes to the penalties. And look, your opponent, you know.
Dominant team. I think defensively they're spot on, their organisation, tactically they're spot on. I just think they need a few more game changes at the top end of the pitch, and Arsenal will be there or thereabout for the foreseeable.
I think off the pitch, the club's really never ever been in as a strong position.
That's right.
Going to the Emirates was just, you know, the promised land. Huge bills, £22 million a year they were having to cover when they just serviced that loan. The manager signs a lengthy contract, and now they own the club on their own, the Grands. So they can push and they can put the monies in. The revenue is astronomical. Arsenal fans have been coming out of the closet all over the world Africa. You want to see the clamour for it. It's enormous, and I think that came from the brand of Arsene Wenger. In some way they lost winning things, but they're on their way to doing that again.
You mentioned Mikel Arteta's contract a minute ago. He's got 1 year left on the current one. Surely after everything is achieved, he can walk into that office and say, here's my number, you pay it to keep me, and sign him to a long contract.
Yeah, he's already on very lucrative terms. He earns around £15 million a year gross. And he'll want to rise on that. Pep Guardiola's gone now, so you could see Mikel Arteta perhaps as one of the, or if not the best paid player in the coach in the Premier League. And you might say deservedly so. The boys are right. They spent £267 million in the market last summer. They recouped very little, and I could see, because they know the need to improve at that top end. They're behind statistically, and you can see it with your eyes, the likes of PSG and Bayern Munich and so on. The number 9 position is interesting. A penny for the thoughts of Victor Gyökeres tonight, of course. His first season, and he helped them to this final and then was put on the bench. And then the left-sided attack is a big priority for them, and they've been looking at it for a few years, and I think this may be the summer where they really do go for something. They've got the options there. They want a 6-8 midfielder. They want to strengthen at right back as well. So when you tally up the amount they've got to do, you could see that outlay in the market from last summer repeated or even exceeded. And as Stevie says, make hay when the sun shines. The money is big now, and so it's almost like investing when you're on the top.
Yeah, which you have to do. Guys, thank you. You've all been brilliant.